As the video entails, this is going to be a video about my business and how I started it. We have not blown up yet or taken off, but I always see businesses that the owners of businesses post after they've succeeded. I don't see a lot of videos of the process in doing so and how they started. So that's the video I'm making today. So I own a supplemental company, and it is called Fighter Fluid. Fighter Fluid has one product so far that is in production. We are making a pre-workout for fighters, made by fighters, to benefit those who fight. It's a supplement that has nootropics in it, and it clears your brain fog, increases brain cognitiveness, and it's a super good product. We got samples, and I tried it during training. It helped out a ton. But getting those samples, getting to the point where I have a brand, and doing all that stuff was definitely not an easy task. It was a lot of work, actually, especially contacting manufacturers, and I made the formula too, and finding a niche to target. So just this video is not for advice, because I'm only 19 and I'm still going through it myself, but I found it a lot easier to make a product for area I'm passionate about. I feel like I see way too many people nowadays try to make a business just to make a business, and I've done that before. I previously had a power washing company, and we got all the supplies, and it never went anywhere because I wasn't passionate about it, and at the end of the day, it just wasn't something that interested me a lot, or something I really was excited about doing, because it was also going to interfere with my training. Whereas Fighter Fluid was very transactional. I got to still train, and the guys at my gym tried my product, and I got to hear feedback from those who actually are in the sport, doing it every day. Professional MMA fighters have tried it out. And I'm not saying this to boast. I'm just saying this is an example that it was a lot easier to create something in an area I was passionate about. So I feel like that was something I did really well in the beginning, is finding a niche and attacking it. Something I would have done differently in the beginning is, as soon as I had the idea, I got super excited and I invited all my friends on board, which ended up being kind of a mistake, because going into business with friends can sometimes stain friendships. To keep things short, we started out with 3 guys, and now there's only 2. It's me and my co-owner, Jose. And yeah, it's just be careful who you go into business with. I'm not saying that you're gonna get backstabbed or anything. It just, some people aren't very business oriented, and you don't want to give somebody something and then take it away from them. It takes a little bit to heal those types of relationships after something like that. It's just another experience I've went through creating my supplement company. But going back to the steps I had to take, the first thing was definitely, the most important thing in my eyes, was getting an LLC and opening a Chase account for our business. And that is what we did, and it was pretty easy, I will say. I had a lawyer help me out with the LLC, and then the business account, Jose and I just went in and we took care of that. But actually, before even that, we had to make the formula. So something that helped me make the formula is looking up and researching competitors that were out there. I knew the product. I knew nootropics was a big part of the product I wanted to make, because when I first started training at my pro MMA gym, it felt like training every day is a lot of energy, and then you wake up the next day and you do the same thing again, and it takes a lot out of you, and sometimes your brain can get kind of foggy during all that training. So I wanted something where I could have a minimal amount of caffeine, because so many things have too much caffeine in them now, because everybody's a caffeine head. Minimal caffeine where I'll still feel it, but not jumping off the walls. And then I also wanted something that would help me think better, think clearer. So I was looking into ashwagandha and that type of stuff. And then I actually found a gaming supplement, out of all things, a gaming energy drink, and it had nootropics in it. I took it for training, and it actually helped out a ton. I was a lot more focused. It was just the perfect amount of caffeine, but there was also some things it was missing because it wasn't designated towards fighters. So from there, I was researching competitors, and I won't say I stole ingredients. I will say that I at least looked at 10 plus other pre-workouts and the ingredients that they had in them, and it really helped me decide what would be helpful and what wouldn't be in my pre-workout. And I cross-analyzed every single ingredient that I put in the fighter fluid to make sure it was synergetic with each other, and one thing benefited the other. The reason I think this is so important in my journey is because I don't have a background in nutrition, so I wanna create a trust between me and the users who are using fighter fluid that no, I didn't just create a Frankenstein of a product. I actually did intensive research and made sure everything was synergetic and transactional with each other, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be taking something that isn't going to agree with your body. So it is important that another, take this as you will, it's important to have knowledge in whatever product you're going into. Like, since I was a consumer for a majority of my MMA journey, it kind of helped me be able to produce something that was beneficial. And that goes back to choosing something that you're more passionate in, and not just choosing something because you want to own a business. You want something that is fun to gain knowledge in. That really helped me out. And again, I'm talking like this is a multi-million-dollar business. It's not. We are still in production, but it took a lot to get to this point, and I'm actually very proud of being where we're at with fighter fluid, and it can only go up from here, so that's very exciting as well. If you want to go see our label of all of our ingredients and the caloric the calorie count and all that good stuff, go to our Instagram, fighter_fluid. We are very interactive over there, which is another thing that I really don't see. Maybe it's because the owners are just that busy in their product and what's going on in their life that I don't see a lot of owners being interactive with the people who are following them. Or I don't see them like giving a lot to the local community, which I think Fighter Fluid's going to end up priding ourselves in, because we have big plans for Fighter Fluid. We are actually starting a podcast sometime next week, in the next couple weeks, and it's going to be like a Fighter Fluid official podcast, and then there's going to be a segment called Fighters in My Basement, where we invite fighters over who are either pro or amateur level. We tell them what it took to get to the position they're in. We watch some of their highlights. We talk about what dreams they have in the future and what obstacles that they've had to jump over to get to where they're at today. And we're going to watch their highlights. We're going to kick it for a couple hours, and we're going to order takeout and do a little mukbang. So that's just like an example of being interactive with your local people, and especially because MMA is such a tight-knit community that I feel like a lot of companies can almost get a lot out of actually caring about who's consuming your product, interacting with them. And I said all that to say this: on our Instagram, if you go over there, we have flavor polls that we do, and we ask questions to the customers about what they would like to see personally. Because a lot of companies too, they don't really have a niche at first, or they have to in the future look at their top 20% of clients to see why are they buying it. But at the end of the day, we're targeting such a specific category of people that I know they'd like a more interactive, they'd like whatever supplement they're taking, they'd like the owner or the creator of it to be more interactive. I'm actually running a deal for local gyms in the Chicagoland area to get like 20% off of a bulk order of our product. I would love to see it sold in local MMA gyms. I'd love to see it in a GNC someday. That is my goal. But that's all for the future. Again, we're still in production, so I'm not going to say we're terribly far from being from that point, but we just need to see where it goes. I have a good feeling we are going to sell out pretty fast, hopefully. And I just wanted to talk about what my perspective on starting this company. I'm very excited. Me and my co-owner Jose are currently making merch. People might think it's a little too early, but again, like, being at this beginning stage, it's better to do something than to do nothing and wait for the perfect conditions to do something, because if you're always waiting for those perfect conditions, I actually saw this in a video, I'm just preaching it because it really resonated with me. If you're always waiting for the perfect conditions, when the conditions change, then you're fucked. So you what you want to do is start doing stuff when the conditions are bad or not as good as they can be, and it can only get better from there. So posting flavor polls, being interactive with the audience, making merch, those are all steps that you can take towards your goal without having your product already. And like, I've realized that because there were weeks where I was just waiting, talking to the manufacturers, not really doing anything because I was sending like 8 to 10 emails a day. So, what was I going to say? So, it is important to start sooner than later in progressing your business, is what I've learned. Again, take this as you will. I'm 19. I am so early into this. We've barely started marketing sales, but I just want to share my experience and my perspective on starting a business at a younger age. We did get a loan so we could start this business, so it is what it is. So we're gonna pay that loan back in like a year time, which is very possible. And we're going to see what life does for us. So just a roadmap of Fighter Fluid really quick. We are currently in production. We're going to go crazy selling it. And we're going to go with like a hybrid marketing approach. So I'm going to show up to local gyms. Maybe I'll go to one of your gyms. From Atlanta to Illinois, we're going to hit up at least 3 gyms each state and try to sell bulk, just so we can have interstate customers and potential people who are willing to come back and order more, because at the end of the day, I want to grow the economy of MMA with this business. I want local gyms to be selling it on shelves and being able to profit a little bit from it too. So that's also why I'm giving a 20% discount for local gyms in the Chicagoland area. I'll actually do the same in the Midwest. And I'm very excited for this product to launch. And I hope you guys are excited as I am. We do giveaways on our Instagram, so please, again, go follow fighter_fluid on Instagram. And we're going to keep you guys updated with everything that we do, all the roadmaps, all the podcasts. And it's going to be a fun time. And you guys are in this journey as much as I am. So please, please, please like and subscribe and follow. I never really say that, but there's going to be a lot of updates and things are getting exciting. And one more thing I'm really proud of too is going back and looking at the ingredients I chose for the product. It's an all-natural flavored drink, so you don't have to worry about any artificial sweeteners in there. And we also included a lot of vitamins and minerals into the drink to also help you with your endurance and just getting your everyday vitamin goal in. And I'm willing to say this is the first pre-workout that has come out that doesn't only give you benefits for right before pre-workout, but it's the more you take it, the more benefits you get every single day because of the nootropics in it. And a nootropic, what I did not discuss, is otherwise known as a smart drug, which is not actually a drug at all. It's just ingredients that help your cognitive performance. as in ashwagandha. This is just an example of what's in our product. Ashwagandha, lion's mane, bacopi maniri, all those stuff are going to help your cognitive performance, memory, and those are very important things for MMA because you want to clear your brain fog. You want to be able to perform through the fire, and nootropics, I think, go hand in hand with throwing hands. Again, I would love if you guys went and checked out our label on our Instagram. But anyways, thank you for watching. This is just my perspective on starting a business at 19 years old and everything that has happened so far. Whether it's starting the LLC, opening the account, speaking with the manufacturers, creating our label. It has been an awesome process. We got our label design. It looks amazing. Go check that out again on the Instagram. I'm going to keep plugging that because that's where all of our updates are happening. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed or retained something from this. And I hope you end up joining the Fighter Fluid journey with us because the more the merrier. And if you stick around, I'm sure there's going to be some great benefits for you as well. Because I'm starting this not only because it's an untapped market for pre-workouts and supplements for fighters, but I'm also starting this because I want to grow the economy for MMA. I want MMA gyms and MMA people and MMA fighters to get more attention, bring more money to it, and just make it more fun because it's a very tight-knit community. Even though we go in there and fight each other, it's still an awesome community. There's nothing like it. But, okay, I'm going to stop talking now. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.